Alright everybody, I'm back with part 7 finally. And we're just going to jump right into measurements here, because that's probably what everybody's main concern is if you're going to try and do this build. So from the radiator support on a 6.0 to the back of the firewall, and I'll show you where I'm talking. And I'm measured right here, straight back to right here. The very center of this bushing, as you can kind of see the center point of that bushing, that little circle right there. And that measurement is 33 3/8. So from there to there, 33 3/8. And then from way right here on that little tab, I just hung my measuring tape off that little tab, and I'm saying this one right here, that little tab for the ABS. And then I took it all the way back here to this right here. Yep, right there. And then that was 81.5. You can see my little doodle. 81.5. And I do have the Super Duty seals in here, and they fit pretty darn good, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, look at that. So if you got one of these trucks and you want to put Super Duty seals in it, I don't see why you couldn't. Although down here it is different. So the seal runs along this part right here. So that is a little different, but I mean, it's not a world or a deal breaker on it. And I don't know if they're cheaper or not, I haven't really looked, but that's what I'm gonna use. So along with that, now a lot of people are asking for this measurement from right here on the cab to the other side, and I think, I can't remember the exact measurement, but I'll get it in the next video, in the next update. But those are the two main ones I would look out for. From there to back there, 81.5, and 33 3/4 from here to the very front right here. And also, the way I centered it up was 8 inches from the side of the cab to the frame on both sides. So both sides are 8 inches. And it worked perfect for me. As you can kind of see, which I don't know if you can see tire fitment that well. I mean, it doesn't really peek out too far. We can go from the top here. As you can see, it don't peek out that bad. My wheel is kind of cocked that way. I'll give you a peek at the interior too while we're here. Just a regular old Lariat 6.0 on it. I mean, it's really nothing special. Lariat. Heated and power seats. Look how fancy. Could you believe it? And this old girl, psh, get out of here. Now it has been running pretty good, almost too good. I'm almost worried. Along with the dash going off there, I'm gonna tuck it just like I did on this side, on that other side over here, so it looks way better than what I've got going on over there. And once again, I'm gonna try and find a ZF6 floor floor panel, because this one didn't go too well because it sits so low. I just couldn't get it to line up worth a darn. So once again, just regular old 6.0 interior. I do have the radio working, so I just need to fix up that antenna. I got the antenna wire ran, and I'll go ahead and explain the inner fenders, what I did to them real quick too, and then I'll cut this video short, I guess. And I'll clip in a video of me driving it the other day. I just took a little short video of driving it, and I guess while I'm here, I'll tell you kind of what I did with the grill. Now for the grill, this is my my good grill, my better one, better than junk. Just one step up from better than junk. But I'm just gonna cut these tabs off here, and moving forward is all I'm gonna do. And you can see where I have the plan to cut, so I'm gonna cut them there, and then I have them in my toolbox, and I'm just gonna move them forward, scooch them forward. And as for my wiring, I have it all cut up because I already looked at my my 2005 to 2007 books and got all the wiring matched up for them to work. And I haven't even cut this side yet. I guess I cut my turn signal lights. The turn signal lights are just, I think they're literally the same color if I can remember. They're brown and black, and on the 05 they're brown and black too. So all you do is just zip them together and you're good. But like I said, it's doing darn good. And I'll show you my inner fender. I guess I can show you here. It looks ugly now. And I have this thing in here so my battery don't hit my PCM, so that's kind of trashy, but it'll get fixed. So there we go on it. That's what it's looking like. It don't look horrible, and it's attached pretty well, but as you can see, I just drilled holes in her and spot welded them up. And I know it's rusty, but it's been sitting outside the past 2 days, so it's all good. See that rust? Look how good that looks. Oh yeah. It'll all get cleaned up anyway. I'm gonna powder them. As you can see, I got this big old oven going. Just out of a simple household oven. Analog. I have a digital one for a backup just in case this one breaks, but I'm gonna give you a shot of this. All I did was repurpose the sides of them, which you can look right here, and then I just cut them and bent them up to fit, as you can see here. So that's my powder oven. Pretty big one too. I'm gonna try and start powdering things. So that's kind of why I've been slow on putting videos out, plus my boat engine right here. I had to get this thing running because I wanted to go fish. And that thing hadn't started since 1985. So that's a pretty decent accomplishment. I took it out on the water a few times thus far. Let me watch the camera here. And I guess I'll pop you in here real quick. To kind of, now my camera's almost, or you can see how I am with the cab right here, and now I'm just gonna pop up here so you can kind of stay oriented. But there's all my wiring. There's the way the inner fender's going. Now I did run a bolt through my inner fender as well, right here. I'm gonna try to get you around. You can see this bolt right here with my fingers on. That's actually holding on the inner fender too, so just gives it a little bit more rigidity, if that's even a word. We're gonna use it there. Make it more rigid. How about that? And anyway, and this thing, like I said over here with my transmission, it is ZF6 swapped, so that's why the floor's all cut up. I don't know if I said that in my previous videos. It's not a OEM ZF6. I swapped her out, and she's good. She's mint, as everyone would say. But yeah, she's running good. She starts up fine every day for me. Even when it was cold, when I had it in the wintertime in the actual 06. Here's the floor. Rip the Yield 6.0. I'm gonna keep it just in case I roll a truck or something one day. You never know. Now I know my barn's all dirty. I don't know why my camera keeps fogging up because it's so cold outside, probably. but that's the way it's going. It's looking good, it's running good, it's coming together. So soon I'll have some doors on it. I'll have to put my sunroof back in it because it does have a sunroof. I was gonna patch it up, but everyone tells me to keep it, so I guess I'm gonna keep it. And I even got my wires ran for my whatever you call it, rear view mirror, the automatic rear view mirror. So I guess I'll fire it up real quick. I guess I'll turn this away kind of. Now my lights don't work because my headlights aren't hooked up and I don't have my daytime running light thing plugged in, so that's kind of my bad. Let's give her a start real quick. Let me make sure we're play with that 37 times before we start it. Like I said, everything's mint if you can even hear me over this loudness. It does smoke a little bit, but whoosh. Oh Lord. You can see the smoke. It's just because of my high idle, if you can even hear me talk. Cut off right under the cab like everybody loves it. The second I got it chopped off. Go ahead and kill her down. That's the old girl. She screams. She's a screamer. She's a little rattly too. And you probably, I don't know if I'm going to put the video of me driving in here, but if you hear it rattling, it's not the engine. It's that. So the engine's not gone in her yet. I'll probably blow it up. And as you can see, I got a little thing. Pretty darn handy. So you know if your H-pop's building pressure, you know if what your deltas are between your engine oil and coolant, you know your volts, and mine are low because I only have one battery in it. FICM, you know your FICM volts, your IPR, RPM, and mine does idle high, so you notice it kind of screams at idle because the PCM is an automatic PCM instead of a manual PCM, so it makes the idle higher for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know the scientifics behind it. I just did it. It's just because of the ZF6. I don't have most of the transmission stuff hooked up because obviously I don't have any more solenoids to shift, so I do it myself. But I think I'll end the video here. That leaves quite a bit of information. I'll go more in depth on my inner fenders soon. Probably when I take it apart. If I take it apart again, who knows. But I guess I'll pop over here and show you this side of the inner fenders. And there is one problem. I'm having one problem with the battery that I don't quite get. Or I don't have a solution to it yet. And the battery, you can see how that battery is going to fit. I mean, the cable sits up here, so I'm going to have to figure out something else for it, which isn't a big deal. I can figure it out. If I can do this so far, whatever. But I'll try and get you in here real quick. I'm gonna get the camera on this little thing. Get you in here. As you can see, there's kind of what I got going on. And right now I just have my 4x4 vacuum switch in with self-tappers, and I don't have my vacuum bottle in, as you can see, but that's just because I lost it driving down the road. But it's alright. It's my HVAC stuff. I'll try and get in here more on the firewall, I guess, if I can. Especially over here next to this. That's probably what everyone probably wants to see. There we go. That's in pretty good. I don't know what you can see. Here we go. Let's get that light in there. That's what it's looking like. Now the firewall, I do have a patch. I mean, it's very simple. It's kind of hard to explain, but it is very simple. Like I said, just make sure you're square from side to side first off. So make sure you're square side to side, and you're at 81 inches from that peg I showed you. And I'll show you again. From this peg right here with the black on it. I don't know if you can see right there, you can see with the black on it. That black squiggly stuff. So you're gonna go from that bracket all the way to the far back of the cab at that little arrow I showed you. And like I said, it said 81 inches. And then you're gonna have 8 inches from here to here. And 33 3/8. And I might be it'll vary. And I'll pop in here real quick and show you how I fit. And I'm probably about 6 foot, and I'm pretty skinny, not to brag or anything, but I'm kind of a scrawny guy, and this is kind of how I fit in it. And this is with the steering wheel all the way up, so it's pretty comfortable. I mean, I got some leg room. If I close my legs, I don't hit the steering wheel. I guess I hit this peg, but that's about it. It sits almost exactly like a stock dent side. I mean, if you own one of these trucks, you know, if you bury that steering wheel, I mean, it's in your nuts. I mean, that steering wheel will get you. But I mean, it sits good. I sit comfortably, and I got room to move back. So if you're a big tall guy, I mean, you'll fit in this truck nice. I can barely push the clutch pedal all the way to the floor. Like I said, I'm about 6 foot, maybe give or take. And I mean, I can scoot my knees in the dash right now. But if I'm hitting the clutch and stuff, I'm good. But if I'm just, sitting here driving it, it drives very comfortably. And even with this out, not expecting to do the whole ZF6 swap. Let me get that in a better place. I don't have a roof there, so I can't really get her good. Like I said, that's overdrive right there. So I mean, it's rocking and rolling. It's not bad at all. Sorry to dig the camera down. But yeah, even all the way and low, I'm not hitting the seat, which is, obvious because I have the seats bolted in the stock spot and all that. But the dash, I was really worried about the dash, and I got plenty of room, as you can see. And in reverse, I'm good. With the dash being this, like, kind of further forward was kind of worrisome, especially in the manual transmission. If you had an automatic, like I did at one point, you wouldn't worry about it at all. But that's the only thing I was worried about, and it worked out perfect. And it's very cold outside, so if my voice sounds weird, I'm sorry. But yep, even like I said, all the way in overdrive, it don't hit my drank carrier or my secondary drank carrier. But she's a ripper. She's fun to drive. Definitely not a boring truck. you'll see in the video, if I post the driving video, which I guess I'll go ahead and post, people honk at me. But that's because I also have no doors, so they think I'm white trash, but are they right? Who knows? It's for you to decide. But that's the 6-liter crew cab. I'm sure some of you were skeptical at first. Whether all my friends told me it couldn't be done, but what do they know now? Give them the. But like I said, instead of being a clapped out 2-wheel drive rust bucket, it's a clapped out 6-liter 4-wheel drive, AC, heat, power seats, heated seats. Come on now. If you got a welder, an angle grinder, some barn rafters from 1892, I mean, you can do it. Don't be scared to do nothing. And some time, if you got time on your hands, yeah. But I'll make this an extra long video since I've been holding out on you guys. I hopefully walked around the truck all the way for you. I'll give you a little under peek, which is just a 6.0. But I do got Moog front suspension. The person who owned it before me put all Moog under it, so thank you to whoever that was. But they also wrecked the truck, so kind of take a hike as well at the same time. Some good BFs on it. BF Goodrich. 17s, stock lariat wheels. But I think that's where I'm going to cut it. I haven't installed the wipers yet. I don't have a wiper motor in it, so that's the only part I kind of skipped out on. But when I take the dash apart to paint it, the whole truck that is, then I'll worry about the wiper motor then. But hopefully you liked the video. Subscribe. Let's get this channel to 6 billion subscribers so I can do this professionally all the time, every day. But I'll take and give you a sneak peek real quick. This is the next build I'm gonna do for the channel. God, I don't know how cold it is outside, but it's freezing. Like I said, sneak peek here of the next build coming to the channel. And hopefully you guys like it. It goes along with the dent side theme for my channel, which hopefully it can kind of stay this way. But here's the old girl. You can't really see good, sorry, but look what we got here. Bronco. Now, this is a very nice Bronco. It's got rust. Like I said, it's kind of clapped, like everything I own, but it's a custom. It's a round headlight Bronco. But this is the next build. It's got a locked up 351 because it sat underwater for a little bit. Like I said about that rust. But look under here. I mean, look at that. That's not what I was expecting to see when I went and looked at this thing. Now I only picked this thing up for $300, so $300 for this. Look at the patina. If that doesn't say it all, come on. Look at that patina. That's some good stuff right there. Pretty truck. All original. I guess I'll pop you in real quick since I've been holding out on videos. Hopefully you guys watched it all the way through, and if you did, you might as well subscribe while you're here. I mean, a Mustang key. Like I said, locked up 351. How many miles? Apparently 30,000. Probably 230. AC truck. And like I said, it is not bad at all. It's not rusted to hell and back like they normally are. She's got a little love. She's got a little character trickling down the side right there, but for it being a 78 Bronco with a plow on it, that's not 100% clapped out. I mean, that's a good way to end the video right there. Hopefully you guys can see it. I don't even think you can see it. But we're gonna end the video there. The next project, we're gonna do a 460 swap because that's what came out of the 6.0. It ran and drove good. Just hopefully this transmission's good, or else I'm gonna be looking for a transmission. I guess I'll pop the hood real quick. Give you guys some. There we are. Something to watch since I've been holding out on you for so long. Like I said, locked up 351, 460 big block swap coming. We'll go break it on the trail somewhere, and then we'll post that when I break it. So there's you guys an update on the 6.0 and hopefully a surprise here with the Bronco coming to the channel. So like I said, if you made it this far, subscribe, like the video, show some love, build this channel up to 1 million subscribers, and peace.